local game. It's the Lions and the Huskies, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we got a good one in store, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Huskies of Anchorage. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and partner, look at this Anchorage team entering play. Things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point, but boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
When I was watching film this week, I had to write a note to myself. 3 touchdown passes in an NFL game deserves respect, not ho-hum just because they throw it around all the time, and he got his respect. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, it's the ultimate vote of confidence from a week ago. Hey, look, he was great, not his best game ever, but obviously was very good to garner that award. All the talk this week, though, was about let's take that forward now. The numbers for Gibbs from last week. 15 carries, 65 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That's pulled in at the 32. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 71 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got it, complete to Fowler. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Hang on now, we're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Well, this defense for the Lions, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to
blitz coming, and down he goes. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. He'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Goff. He'll find Williams on the slant. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Goff. Over the middle, complete. It's Jenkins. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Lions first down.
Gibbs straight ahead. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Counter play. Here's Gibbs. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. But you look at this defense, it's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5. I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
We're scoreless after 1. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Goff now looks to throw. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Now Goff. He'll get it inside the 20, and he'll finally be taken down at the 18. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. 2 yards to go, second down. This to Laporta, right side. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Gone. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, or they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Running right, here's McAllister. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The 22 more yards there and another first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Now back to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Huskies are an extra point away from evening this one up. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing again is gone. And the throw there going to be
check and force a punting situation.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 16 yards, a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Back to throw again. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute. But first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, where it was the visiting Rams who come in and get the victory on the road. Daniel Jones leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we make the trip east as we head all the way to Jacksonville to check on the Jags. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. 3 Tua Tagovailoa touchdown passes there. Lastly, let's head to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati to see what's happening with the Bengals. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Patrick Mahomes has thrown a touchdown pass there.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
2nd and 11. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
On second down, here's Gibbs.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And room there to work it inside the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now a play fake, and it's gone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Goff on 3rd down. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. So nothing doing there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
Now a 2nd and 6. Another run for Gibbs here.
He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now Goff. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And his kick here is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. but that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here's the Anchorage offense back out now. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. 3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
At the 19-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. He'll drop to throw. And a loose football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the 3rd quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. Got to take care of the rock.
Following the fumble recovery, Goff. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
These are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Ooh, the juke. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had that to pick up the 1st down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts. Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try to make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. They'll try again. And he takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Anchorage offense back out now. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, This offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Listen, when you're at this point of the game, all options are on the table. 4th down, they say, we've got to go for it. And what a play they come up with. Big yardage there to keep the drive alive.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
They're going to look to throw.
They're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing, because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Throwing right, and that's complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs.
And Detroit back in possession of the football. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And he will have a Lions 1st down, and that's the one that should seal a victory.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And some space here. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for Detroit, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will head back home next week.
Meanwhile, for Anchorage,
the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
It's Week 11 of the NFL. And coming up, we've got Daniel Jones. Solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Rams and the Huskies on Thursday night.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight we start Week 11 of the NFL season with a good one on tap, as it'll be the Huskies of Anchorage taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they enter play. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
Meanwhile, for visiting Anchorage, they come in just in an absolute freefall, losers of 7 in a row.
And this is where you turn to your best players and look at them and say, can you got...
Season is hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have a perfect game.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 14 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for this with Akers. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Strong start by this defense. 3rd and short, they go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
This is taken at the 18.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the cornerback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Up the middle they go with McAllister. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
This defense for the Rams, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now.
.42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Going right back to Akers.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A give, running right is Akers.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Throwing, Jones. Going for a right side here, complete. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
Now 2nd and 3.
Here Jones gets it out quickly, complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. score after one on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Now Jones. And he is caught. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. He had 3 catches last week. That one his 3rd on this drive alone.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off for big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a toss running left, Akers. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cam Akers with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, we have the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he returns this to the 22. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win. But we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together. They've got a chance of coming out with a W.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll run up the middle with McAllister. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll drop it off to McAllister as running back. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line. The offense trots back out, ready for this next drive, and there's the running back Cam Akers. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Well, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. That'll be caught by Cup. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. Back to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he'll be taken down with a first down as they get about 14 out of that one, and we go to the 2-minute warning. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Akers back-to-back catches. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Second down and 3. Again, he'll drop to throw. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Back to throw again. A quick throw there is incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
To throw again on second down. Jones. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Looking to throw. Jones. Did he get the feed down? Yes! Touchdown! Cooper Kupp with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Rams will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up second down. They'll throw now on the final play. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. We'll start in the early window and begin up in Minneapolis. A tough one for the homestanding Vikings, as they'll have to contend with the San Francisco 49ers. Good stuff to follow on the West Coast in the afternoon window, one being out in Las Vegas, where it will be the Raiders taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. And one final game to highlight. we wrap things up on Monday Night Football, and they've got a good one this week between the LA Chargers and the Baltimore Ravens. It was a terrific first half from quarterback Daniel Jones. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Throw, but incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. So here are the Rams to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he stopped immediately there. Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively. 2nd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. 53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Jones out to the flat. That's caught. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It'll be a 1st down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. He's got Mason complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Back to throw. Jones. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got this one complete to Fountain. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Now a 2nd and 2.
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
And on now is the punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Take it at the 37. Touchdown, LA! 63 yards on a punt return score. And the Rams will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Hey, rookie, that's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and he just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff.
Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9.
On the give, McAllister with it. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll drop to throw. And complete into the hands of Fowler. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They'll look to throw here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down inside the 30.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And an Anchorage first down.
They'll look to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fowler. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 22-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hill. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 12-yard line. Back to throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. 2nd and 6. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. And he's got it. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The decision to go for it doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here.
Encroachment defense.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 59 yards rushing for him now to this point. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. This 2nd and 4. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot. They'll go again here with Akers. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Los Angeles, they move back over 500 now at 6 and 5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Anchorage, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.